G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I am going to do another, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not one of the Resin Courses flowers. It's just something that I tried this last time. Did you see this one? I will link this one down, up for you towards the end of the video in case you want to try this one. I don't really know what to call it. It was inspired by Lillian from Resin Art by Lillian. I guess it's sort of like a dragon flower, so I will link resincourses.com, their course, down below anyway, because, you know, it was inspired by them, inspired by Lillian, and, you know, I can't take full credit for it, so there you go. But instead of doing the magenta and gold, I am doing purple and bronze. So this is the Holbein acrylic ink dioxazine. Label's gone. Violet, it's a nice dark purple. And the Pearl X is the Super Bronze by Jacquard. And then my clear push at the end is going to be the Lamp Black acrylic ink. So I'm going to pop just one drop into that. Make sure that your tops are clean. Oh, 2 went in. Oops. What did I do last time? Did I do 2? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I only did one. What I do is, after I've finished my my pour, I turn it over and I write what I did on the back, so that if I ever want to have a look and see what I did, you know, if I'm happy with it, then, you know, you've got it on the back, you know exactly what you did. So this is going to be the clear push at the end, just with a little bit of black. Maybe I didn't need an extra drop. Maybe I should. All right, let's just stick. We'll go back. I took the 1 drop out. Now I'm putting it back in. So 2 drops of the black. Let me write that down. 2. Okay. As I said, I write down everything. So I'm going to do a puddle pour. I know different people do this in different ways, but I'm just going to do a puddle pour, and I'm going to pipe a spiral. So it looks really dark in the cup, but when you hold it up like that, you can hardly see it. So yeah, that was 2 drops. All right, now with my purple, I've got some of the purple ink, but I don't think it looks dark enough for me. So I'm going to add, let's see if I can add a little drop of the black. I don't know if I want all the black, so I'm going to take some of it off, because it's a big drop. You can always add it back in later. Making a mess. I can always add it back in later on if I want a little bit more. But yeah, I just want it a little bit darker than what it was. Only because I really want that copper to shine through. I don't want it lost if the colour's, you know, if the colour's not dark enough. So it looks really dark in there, but it's still transparent. I think that'll do. Make sure it's mixed up really well. You don't want any streaks. Now this is the Platinum Super Clear resin that I'm using, and it worked really well for the last one. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. I guess it's kind of the thickness of maybe the Platinum 360 Plus, if you've used that, or maybe like Art Pro, that sort of thickness, viscosity. Now then, actually I should just use a little stick. Not sure how much I want to use. About that? We'll try that. Try that. Not sure. You can always add more. So I've got about 1/4 cup of resin for my white, about 1/3 cup I've got for my bronze, and then about 1/2 cup for my purple. And I'm using my large rock edge for this one. I mixed up 125 grams of part A, 55 grams of part B. Gosh, that's quite That's quite opaque. So yeah, I've got 180 grams. I think that's what it holds. After you've done one and you're not sure, you can always weigh it and then see what it weighed, and you go, oh, that's okay. That's how much I need to make up next time. So you can do that. All right, so that's quite opaque. All right, so we've got a purple. I think that's dark enough. Just close. You're going to close your little lids, your nozzles, and then wipe them. Otherwise, you get like a little dry, scabby bit over the top. So make sure that you close them and then wipe them. Right, to avoid that dry, scabby bit. I'll just put my lid back on this as well. Alrighty, are we ready to go? And my bloom paste is in my white, and it's pretty opaque. I'd call that opaque. All right, let's pop that in here in my piping bag. Hope I haven't made my copper too dark. But you get really nice effects from mica powders with inks, whether it's alcohol inks or resin inks. You get that really pretty striated pattern. So that's what I'm trying to get. Now I'll just leave that there for a minute. I'll come back to it. Give these a quick little torch. Get rid of any bubbles. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour all my purple into the bottom there, as opposed to into the top. Pour all of that in. It's nice dark purple, isn't it? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And we'll just make sure that it's spread. I've only ever done this once before, this particular technique. So I'm still going to kind of work out how much resin I need for each layer. Maybe a little bit more, because it only just covers. Little tiny. Don't overheat it, you'll burn your mold. It'll melt. I've done that before. All right, so that's down. And now I'm going to just pour this in. Do a little puddle pour, like so. Okay. Another little torch. And you can also already see on the edges there, I don't know if you can see, that copper is going down underneath. It's heavier than the ink, and it's going underneath, and hopefully that's going to make a really pretty striation pattern for us. All right, so that's in my piping bag. Hope these colours are really pretty together. They usually are. I think purple and copper go really nicely together. All right, now let's snip the end off. About there. As usual, I usually do about 4 or 5 millimeters. It's hard to say, maybe 4 millimeters wide. All right, so now I've got something different that I'm going to do with the center this time. So I'm just going to leave a center, leave a hole in the middle, and then we're going to go like this. And I'm just going to try and do spirals. Yeah, not the neatest. Normally, like when I'm doing a 3D bloom, I wouldn't do this many, you see. It'd probably be a little bit neater, but I want to use quite a bit of white. Just need to push all that back up again. Oh my gosh, my center's closing. My center's closing. All right, now I'm going to leave a little bit of white. I do need to leave myself just a little bit of white. So, another ring. All right, leave myself a little bit of white. Fold it over like that so it doesn't all drip out. Can you guess what I'm going to do with the white? Can you guess? Hopefully you can. All right. Don't worry about blobbies and things like that. You know, if it was a 3D bloom, you'd smooth out your blobbies, but I don't think it matters for this. All right, so now we're going to pour in our clear push. I'm calling it a clear push because it's just differentiates it between any other. So this is the clear, and I'm just going to find the middle and just dump as fast as you can. Dump. Okay. There we go. Don't scrape it out or anything. Probably doesn't matter with this particular technique if you scrape. Probably doesn't really matter. Another quick little torch. Now I'm just going to wait for that to close a little bit, and then I'm gonna put in some white dots. You know, like I do with my fireworks. I'm going to do that for the center because so many of you have been saying, can we see what it looks like with nothing in the middle? First of all, I thought I'll just let it close up and I'll do a swirl like I do with the 3D blooms. And then I thought, I don't know if it'll close up all the way. So I'm going to do some little dots like I do with my fireworks. Okay, I'm going to do that. And we'll see how that looks. And then maybe next time I can just leave it and do a swirl. Okay, we'll see. All right, here we go. I don't know if this is going to work. Do one in the middle. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. And that's it. That's it. I'm leaving it. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. So, yeah, we'll see what that looks like, hey? Hopefully it'll be pretty. Look, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we shall see. We shall see. Give that a little torch. The resin's quite deep, you know. It's about 15 mil deep. Probably could have. Could I have put some more resin in? I might have weighed the wrong one. I did. I weighed the wrong one. The rock holds 220 grams. This one weighs 180 grams. But anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just going to write that on there. 220 grams. Not enough. Oh, there we go. All right, there's my little notes. I have little notes. Now, hopefully that's in the middle. We're just going to wait. I don't think it's going to really change all that much. We're just going to wait and see what happens, okay? Wait and see what happens. All right, wish me luck. But yeah, I could have put a little bit more resin in that one. I've got this. Oh, no, I'll tap it up properly for you. Give it to you another time. All right, I'll see you after about an hour and a half or so. I'll put it in my curing machine, and it'll only take about an hour in there, and then I'll be able to unmold it. So see you then. It's only been a few minutes. I just cleaned up my sticks and things, and had a look in the center, and to me it looks as if those little white dots have just fallen straight to the bottom. I'm just going to turn my flashlight on, my torch. If you're opposed to bright lights, look away now. And it looks to me as if those dots have just fallen straight through and hit the bottom. So I'm just going to end up with like dots on the other side. So I have decided to give it a swirl. Let's turn that off. I'm going to pop you back up here, and I'm just going to do a little swirl. It was a good idea in theory, but I don't think it's going to work. So I'm going to shine this back on so I can see where my dots are, and I'm going to go through them and swirl. Is that enough? I'll go through them again. Let's give it a big swirl, because I think, yeah, let's just swirl. Get that white mixed. There we go. Give it a swirl. Yeah, look, it was a good idea in theory, but I think they have just dropped straight down and made a blob on the bottom. See, if you do that when you're doing your fireworks and you make your dots, it's different because I wait until my resin's thickened up. You know, I wait like 15-20 minutes for my resin to thicken up, and then I do the drops. So they stay suspended in the resin. But if your resin's too thin, they just go plop, hit the bottom and go splat. So who knows what this is going to look like? I'm just going to cover it with my little sieve like that. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple of hours. Righto. Super, super excited. Just got it out of the curing machine. It's hot, it's bendy, but I want to get it out and look and see what I've got. Hasn't really changed much from when I left you. So we'll see. Tips are still a bit soft. As usual, you know, I can't wait. But it comes out really easily from this mould. My large rock edge mould. It's very rocky. Rocky edges. All right, I'll link that one down below as usual if you want that one. Okay. I can see my spirals. They're still there that I piped. They have spread, you know, they've bloomed. So I wonder what they're going to do on the other side. Oh my gosh. Do you have any idea? Do you think it'll be the same as the last one? Maybe. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Shut the front door, you guys. Look at that. Wow. There's my little swirl. See? You wanted to see no glitter. You've got no glitter. I prefer it with the glitter. I mean, it's cute. It's got a little swirly thing there. With the white. Wonder what it would have looked like if I just left nothing in there. Do you think it would have all just closed? How about we do that next time? Well, I mean, not next time, but some other time. Oh my gosh! I just love those petals. Wow. Let me grab the other one. It's very similar. This one seems to have more 3D-ness in it, if that's a word. More 3D-ness. And over here, you can see there's more copper in the center, and then the copper kind of thins out, whereas here, it's just like the gold's just all the way through. Oh, I love it. I want to put something in the middle though, because I just think it needs something. It needs something in the middle. I'm going to put some copper, little copper glitter in it. Yes. I don't like it. I know you guys wanted me to do it and I've done it, but I don't like it. Okay, so hang on. I want to see what this looks like. This is called Jupiter by PDB Creative Studios. It's got some kind of champagne colour and a little bit of that coppery colour in there. So I want to see what that looks like. It's easy peasy just to do a top coat. Find a stick that's not a sticky stick. All right. So it's easy to do this. Oh my gosh, the static electricity is just making them fly everywhere. It's easy to do this. Just put a little blob in the center. Choose sort of what colors you think you might like. And put a bit there. And if you don't like it, just change the color until you find something that you do like. It needs a little bit. I like that there because it picks up the copper. But I think it needs a little bit of purple as well. This has kind of got some berry kind of tones, but it's not the right shade of purple. And I've got this one by Colour Passion. It's called Disco Colour Change. Let's add a little bit of that. And sometimes a mixture of a couple of glitters is nice. That way you're not getting like too much of the one, but just a little hint, you know. It's sticking to me. Sticking to my stick. All right, let's have a look at what this might look like. Just kind of mix them up a little bit. I have to push those back in. Oh my gosh. Let me just spray my fingers with some alcohol here and get rid of that static charge that I've obviously got. like so. Now I wouldn't call that a big white blob in the middle. I put that blob there myself by putting white in the middle and swirling it. So I think we can classify that as not being a big white blob in the middle. Let's just get these strays off. So yeah, you can have a little look and see if you're happy with your piece as is. And then if you are, you can just do a top coat. Yeah, loving it. That's a little bit of marker powder. A couple of little bits of marker powder that weren't stirred quite well enough. So make sure that you stir your marker powder really, really well. All right, now I'll try not to fiddle with it again and lose everything. Actually, I'll just push it all in a little bit more, make that center just a tiny bit smaller. Doesn't have to be so big. All right. We'll go for a little walk around the studio, hey, and have a look at it in different lights. Alrighty, let's go for a little walk. I do like those colors. My gosh, I hope you can see. I hope you can see the metallic. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick it up or not. Hopefully you will. Hopefully. I'll come over here into natural sunlight. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, natural sunlight coming through the door there. See, there's my door. It's open. Gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my gosh, guys, I love it. This might be my new favorite. There's no point showing you around the rest of the studio. We'll just stand here because it looks amazing. I'll just put it down on this bench here. Get out of the way, cup. All right, there we go. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one. That was a lot of fun doing. Bit of an experiment, hey? It looks a bit glary there, actually. It looked better in the other light. Now it just looks a bit glary with all that sun coming in. Isn't it funny? Some places will get really, some areas that you hold it in, they just get really washed out, don't they? They just look terrible. We'll go back over here into the bright light. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video. Have a go at this. How easy was that? So easy and such really amazing effects. Look at that rock edge. So cool. Look at my petals. I love it. All right. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you real soon for the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now. Doing the happy dance. Bye.